Welcome to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping Orange County. With your host, Don Camber.
Hello, live from the OC Talk Radio studios at UCI's Beal Applied Innovation Center. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Don Camber with another great guest positively impacting our community. Today, I welcome Project Independence President and CEO Bob Watson. Project Independence was founded over 45 years ago to help get people with developmental disabilities out of institutions to live independently. Thank you, Bob, for being on Impact OC.
Thank you, Don, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Bob, please define the term developmental disability and how that term relates to the people you serve.
Well, developmental disabilities are conditions due to an impairment in an individual's physical skills, learning skills, verbal skills, behavior skills, and they impact their day-to-day life. The individuals that we serve have a number of issues that we help bring them out into the community so that they can live their most productive life. Explain
the different kinds of terms, if you will, for some of these people with developmental disabilities. I'll throw one out: autism.
Right. Autism is, there's a spectrum where people can fall on the spectrum of an autism. So they can be somebody who's very high functioning with Asperger's disease, syndrome, or somebody who has a lot of social issues that they can't deal with. And so what we do is we try to help them get into the community so that they can live independently, or if not independently, they can live their best life.
There's Down syndrome.
Down syndrome is another one that we work with individuals who have Down syndrome. The thing with all the different syndromes and conditions that we work with, what we're finding now is that people, because of the healthcare system, people are living longer. And so just like everybody's living longer, whether you have a disability or not. So we have to make those adjustments to help those people live longer.
How do they get into your program?
Okay, we're a state-funded agency. California is an entitlement state. So we are funded from the Department of Developmental Services, and they have 21 regional centers throughout the state of California. We are served by the Regional Center of Orange County. What they do is they vendor all the different programs throughout the county. So we are a vendor of the regional centers. So we serve the individuals. They are referred to our program by their case manager at the regional center. Then we do the interview, and if we can serve them, if we can make a difference in their life, then they can come into our program.
What are the demographics of the people you serve?
In age, it's aging. We have a number of the individuals that we serve have been in our program for, some of them have been in there for like 30, 40 years. So we have individuals who range in age from, let's say 27 to, I think the oldest individual in our program right now is 72. And to be in our program, you have to be an adult. So it's anybody who's going through the school system and who's over the age of 22.
And then how would they get into your system from that?
Right. What we do is, once it's referred to us by the regional center, what we do is we look and see what their needs are. So what we do is we read the packet, read their history, then we go out and we interview what's their circle of support. So a lot of them, if they're living at home with their family, we'll interview their family. We interview the individual. We interview, if they're living in a group home, we interview the people in the group home. So we see what they want and what they need, what they're asking us to provide for them. So then if we feel that we can do that in one of our programs, then they can come into the program.
Well, let's talk about your programs.
Okay, we have a number of different programs. We have a community day service, which is we interview the people are in the community from the time we pick them up in the morning until the time we drop them off in the afternoon. So what we're doing during this period is that we're teaching them how to access the community. Their needs are a little bit higher, so they can't leave and live independently. So we're teaching them how to ride a bus. We're teaching them how to access, a store. So we also, during that, we have individuals who work in employment, whether it's paid and some of it's volunteers. So we have individuals who are working at car dealerships or supermarkets, city halls, and they're paid for their work. And then we have individuals who do volunteer work. We do a lot of Meals on Wheels. We deliver a lot of meals to seniors, working with different community centers. Then we have a supported employment program. So what we do with a supported employment is we go out, we're referred through either the Department of Rehabilitation or Regional Center. We go out, we interview the individual. What kind of job do they want to do? Is it realistic? Okay, we help them define or clarify their ambitions. And then we go out, we find them a job. We help them with the interview process. Once they get the job, then we are there to help do the training. Not only with the individual that we're serving, but with the employer and with the staff. And then once they're able to, then we're not there 100% of the time, and we may be there maybe 20%, or we may just be checking on them once or twice a month to see if everything's okay, and we become a liaison with the employer. And then we have an independent living program, which is what we're doing is we're teaching them how to do daily life skills. So we may be teaching them how to cook, how to clean their apartment, so that they can live independently. Banking, how to do their banking, how to budget. So, and then we have a grant through the Social Security Administration, which is called WIPA, which is Work Incentive Planning, and I forget what the A stands for. But anyway, what we do is we go in and people who have a job can only earn so much money if they're receiving Social Security or in Medicare or Medicaid. And so we help them plan so that they're not going over that amount that they can earn. It's through the Social Security Administration.
Now, the people with different syndromes, what kind of jobs can they get?
Any job. We have them working, like I say, in doing computer. Some of them have great computer skills. So they can get any job that's realistic that we can help them work with. So we have people who work in the mailrooms of city halls. We have them who do checkouts. We have them. Some people can only do the bagging. So what we do is we look at the individual and say, oh, okay, you have these skills. So we build upon those skills.
And what do the employers say about?
Oh, well, it's great for the employers because you have somebody who's enthusiastic about their job, who's committed to their job, who's there every day, who doesn't want to miss. They have an enthusiasm, some of them, with this if they're working in the public. So some of the individuals aren't working with public, then they need to work in the background, and so we work with that. So no, their employers are very appreciative of the work energy that they get from our individuals.
How many people do you have that have services through your organization in Orange County?
Right now we serve about 325 individuals. That's down because of staffing issues. That's down because of the pandemic. There are a lot of individuals in the Orange County who need services but cannot receive it through our program or any program because staffing is such an issue.
What can be done about that?
We have, that we're funded through the Department of Developmental Services. So they do a survey trying to figure out what they can do. The one thing is our rates could be increased through Sacramento. Our rates are not that great, so we can't pay individuals like they should be paid, especially here in Orange County. I mean, it's so expensive to live in Orange County. A lot of the individuals that work for us have a couple jobs just to get by. So yeah, what we do is we try to offer benefits with health insurance, 401k, rewards at the end of because we are a nonprofit, we can't give bonuses, but we can give rewards at the end of the year to the people that we serve.
And your program offers what they call access to adventure.
Access to adventure is not actually a program. It's something that we offer on the side, and it's usually funded by grants from individuals. We received a check from somebody who we were going, who's this person? But anyway, they specifically said this is to help with your access to adventure. So what that does is we have individuals that we can take to maybe a day trip to Catalina. They have certain karaoke nights or movie nights. So it's something that's outside of their program, but it's more of a social recreation. And it's fueled by volunteers. The volunteers, whether it's our staff who come in and volunteer to help with these. We're doing a Christmas party this coming Thursday for some of the individuals, which is going to be part of it. But yeah, so when it was first done many years ago, and it was not just a side program, they did trips to London. They climbed Mount Whitney. These were some of the some of the activities they took part in.
What are some of the participation requirements?
For access to adventure?
No, just for the people involved in your program.
For people, the participation is that you have to be a regional. Well, 99% of the individuals we serve are a regional center client.
And explain that. People hear regional center. What does that mean?
Regional center is there are 21 throughout the state. They are basically the middleman. So the Department of Developmental Services pays them based upon their budget, and then regional center pays us. They have all the individuals. There are about 20,000 individuals in Orange County who need services. So what happens is they are referred by their service coordinator from regional center to the different programs throughout. And so that's what we do. We go out and make an assessment to see if they're right for our program.
What are some of the misconceptions people have about people with developmental disabilities?
Well, that they're all the same, that they can't do anything, that they can't work. It's it's a misconception that and there's people, because it's not so bad now, the misconceptions, because people are more aware, and because people are more they're in the community, they're seeing them more on television, individuals with with disabilities. There was a program on I think it was Bravo a few years ago called Born This Way, which took individuals with Down syndrome some were here in Orange County who had been in our program, who were on that program. So I think there's less of a misconception because they are out there and they're getting in the community and people are seeing them.
Share with us some stories about some of the people in your program.
Oh, okay. Where do I start? Okay, we have one individual who pre-pandemic they were taking classes at different colleges, community colleges. OCC was this particular individual was going Well, he wanted to. His dad golfed. Was a golfer, big golfer, and would go out golfing every Saturday. Well, this individual wanted to go golfing with his dad. So what we did, we got him involved in a physical ed class and in a golfing class so that he could go out and golf with his individual, which made his, Saturday more valuable to him and to his father. So, and then we have individuals who are, one of our individuals in our program is now on the Regional Center Board of Directors. And she's an advocate for not only herself, but for other individuals with disabilities. We have another individual who loves the holidays, and whether it's Easter or Christmas now, it's all the Christmas decorations, making sure that everybody gets an ornament, making sure at Easter time everybody gets an Easter egg. So, and then, so we have a number of individuals who are out there just living their life, who love to dance and go to dance and karaoke.
And you have a lot of volunteers, and are you always looking for volunteers?
We're always looking for volunteers.
And what can they do?
We just recently had our Walk for Independence back in October, so we had a number of volunteers who came in, help us with the setup, help us lay out the route that the individuals were going to be walking, who helped with passing out the T-shirts, getting in-kind donations so that we could give prizes to the individual who walked the most laps, who did the most laps, or who raised the most money.
What are the benefits of working for Project Independence? You say staff is an issue, getting more staff.
Yeah, getting more staff is, but I think just the benefit is just seeing the look on people's faces, when they've done something that they really want to do, whether it's getting a job or whether it's going to a college course, learning how to use a computer, or whether it's just delivering the meals to the seniors that they're doing, 4 days a week, delivering it. So the benefits are just that for me. Now, I don't know if that's what you were referring to.
No, it was. I wanted
to
help people maybe get into this industry.
Yeah. It's just you're not going to make a lot of money. You're not going to make a lot of money, but the rewards are, the benefits are that you're making a difference in people's lives.
And a good number of them are independent. They live independently.
Right. We have a number of individuals who live in their own apartments. Some have had individuals who have families have been able to maybe get them a condominium that they can live in, and so they do live independently.
And then it's a family affair because families are involved.
Families are involved, but just like our population, the individuals we serve, they're getting older, the families are getting older. So sometimes a brother or sister because a parent has passed away, and a brother or sister is now has to come in, and sometimes they live out of state, so they haven't been involved in the individual's life. So, yeah.
And people can become physically challenged because they've had an accident. So suddenly, it wasn't because they were born that way.
Right. Yeah. The brain injury. You have an individual who has been in a motorcycle accident. I know that's happened, and they want services from us. With developmental disabilities, it has to be, in the state of California, it has to be diagnosed before the age of 18.
Oh.
Yeah. So if somebody has, it's happened a few years ago, somebody had a motorcycle accident on their 18th birthday and had a brain injury. They wanted some help from us. We couldn't help them because it wasn't diagnosed before. But there are other agencies out there that we could send them to that could help them.
So therefore, you would get someone who was diagnosed right before 18, and then because they have to be an adult, then they get your services, and they could have their services all the way through
Yeah.
seniors.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, our oldest is probably in their 70s right now.
And what do you do for them? Or,
For the individuals?
for seniors.
Pre-pandemic, we had a Harmony program. What we would do is we would integrate the individuals into existing community centers so that they would go to the community centers and participate in the activities that were there, that the center was providing. Sometimes we would go and we would provide. Sorry, we would provide the activity. We were talking about stories earlier. There was an individual who would go to and live out of Anaheim area and go to the senior center up there, and every day she led the Pledge of Allegiance and would sing the national anthem, and that was what she gave to the senior center. But yeah, so we integrated them into the senior center. But just like a lot of individuals during this time with the pandemic where people had to stay home, a lot of the seniors decided, I like watching Price is Right, early in the morning. So a lot of them retired, which I completely understand.
Explain the importance that they get services in terms of being able so that they can continue to live independently.
Well, it's California is a unique state. We are what's called an entitlement state. So anybody that's been diagnosed is eligible before the age of 18. Is eligible for services of food, health, and shelter. A lot of states, there are other states that are not, and people have waiting lists for years that they have to be on. So the individual here in California, there are programs throughout the entire state that can serve an individual who wants to be out in the community, who wants to be into a program.
So where do they go to actually get services through you? Is there a place they actually go?
No, it's just through the regional center, through the being at the regional center and being we're sent the information, and then we do the assessment.
How can people reach out to you?
There's our website, proindependence.org. You can call us. You can, We have individuals who've donated computers, and you can do in-kind donations. And we've had individuals who've donated computers, which we were able to give to the individuals in our program who wanted the computer. So just reach out to us through our website or give us a call.
Thank you, Project Independence President and CEO Bob Watson, for being on Impact OC. And I thank everyone for tuning in. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Dawn Camber. Have an impactful day.
You've been listening to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping our community. Right here on Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio.